Hey there, future Navy pros. Welcome to Navy Command Crash Course, Chains, Chiefs, and Commanders. I'm your guide B2B, and today we're diving into the U.S. Navy's command structure. Think of it like a giant pirate ship, but with way more rules and less rum. We'll break it down fast, fun, and easy. Let's hoist the sails. First up, the dual chain of command. The Navy's got two chains, operational and administrative. Operational is like your action hero mode, flexible for missions. From the president down through the Secretary of War to unified commands, it's task-focused like assembling a superhero team on the fly. Administrative? That's the behind-the-scenes HR vibe, permanent setup for organization and support. Some forces, like the Military Sea Lift Command, skip the line and report straight to the Chief of Naval Operations. Talk about cutting the red tape. Now, the operational chain starts at the top with the president, through Sec War then to commanders. Unified commands are multi-service squads with big missions, like joint forces, transportation, strategic, and geographic commands. Geographic commanders are like area bosses, Northern, Southern, Central, Pacific, and European commands. Fleet commanders handle ships by their type, training, surface, marines, air, and subs. The key players are Pacific Fleet, Atlantic Fleet, and U.S. Naval Forces Europe. Then task force commanders split fleets into groups, World War II style. Example like SF-67 for striking force. Subdivide into task groups TG-67.2 and task units TU-67.2. A new decimal for each subdivision. Task force is like Russian dolls, fleet, force, group, unit. Scalable for any mission. Boom! Quick recap of the flow. President to Secretary of War to unified commands to fleets to task force into task groups and units. Switching to administrative chain, policy and efficiency central. Here's the chain of command breakdown. Secretary of the Navy John Phelan, civilian boss overseeing the whole Department of the Navy. Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Daryl Cottle, top military officer advising the President and the Secretary of the Navy on warfare conduct. A key member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff providing strategic input to the National Security Council and Homeland Security, and is responsible for commanding naval forces, managing resources, directing the Navy staff, and coordinating joint operations with other military branches during a 4-year term. Fleet Commanders-in-Chief, Pacific Fleet commands 3rd and 7th Fleets, Atlantic Fleet commands 2nd Fleet, and Europe Fleet commands 6th Fleet. Now on to aviation specifics. Naval Air Force commanders, Pacific or Atlantic Fleets are usually 2 to 3-star admirals, handling type squadrons, aircraft logistics, and reports directly to the Fleet Commander-in-Chief. Functional wing commanders oversee squadrons for readiness, training, and inspections. Type squadron commander, the CO that keeps the mission and aeronautical gear tip-top, coordinating Naval Aviation Maintenance Plan, or NAMP for short. These guys are like the pit crew boss in a race, keeping the planes flying while everyone else zooms around. Quick admin recap. SecNav for policy, CNO for ops, Fleet Commander-in-Chief for theaters, Air Force Commander for aviation logistics, Wing Commander for squadron training, and finally, type squadron commanders to make sure the mission and maintenance is completed. Time for key leadership roles. President Donald Trump, head of the Armed Forces, starts military action but needs Congress approval for any action or war surpassing 60 days.
Vice President J.D. Vance, the backup boss, and the Senate President.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, the defense policy guru. SecNav John Phelan, Navy policies and operations. CNO Admiral Daryl Cottle, senior Navy advisor for 4 years. Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy John Perryman, top enlisted voice for 3 years. Fleet Master Chiefs, 6 advisors on enlisted welfare and retention. Force Master Chiefs, currently 16 serving Force Group Commanders. Command Master Chief for commands of 250 sailors or more, acting as the enlisted advisor to the CO. Smaller commands can designate someone as the CMC from within. Organizational structure. Commanding officer, CO, ultimate boss, responsible for everything. Executive officer XO, the CO's right-hand man, handles discipline. Command Master Chief, enlisted whisperer on morale. Department heads are the department reps. Division officer, or DIVO, executes divisional duties under a department head. LCPO, LPO, the senior helpers for training. Work center supervisor, the daily grind manager.
Quick recap. At the top is the CO, then XO, then CMC, department heads, delegates, division officers, with LCPO and LPOs ruling over the rest.
Organizational support. Security manager, CSM, the security watchdog, advises COXO. CMEO, they are the equal opportunity trainer, no discrimination. CMEO stands for Command Managed Equal Opportunity Officer.
SOPper.
Fights sexual assault with education. Stands for Sexual Assault Prevention and Response. DAPA, the Drug and Alcohol Cop, advises the CO and XO. Command Career Counselor, the Opportunity Guide. Financial Specialist provides money advice. CACO, Family Support for Casualties. CACO stands for Casualty Assistance Calls Officer. Ombudsman, the Family to Command link, informing CO on family morale and assisting families in need. So many roles, it's like a Navy soap opera. Drama, support, and zero tolerance for nonsense. Big picture themes: balance, flexibility, and stability. Top-down accountability. Focus on welfare and readiness. There you have it. Navy Command Demystified. Smash that like button, subscribe for more military mastery and fair winds.